Hello, my name is Joseph and welcome back to another video on the channel. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a magic tutorial. I'm going to be teaching you 3 ways to force a card. I'm going to be teaching you a beginner method, an intermediate method, and a slightly more advanced method. For those of you who don't know what a card force is, it's basically when a magician forces a spectator to choose a card that they want. So let's just jump right into it with the beginner force. So what I would do is, I would ask my spectator to cut the deck anywhere they want. Now they can genuinely cut anywhere, but just for the purposes of explaining, I will cut here, and then put this deck on top like this. So now I'll go away and do another trick, and then come back to this later. I'll explain why in the tutorial. Then what I'll do is I'll get my Scottish Highland water bottle. I will drink from it, and that water will actually tell me that your card, well, first they will look at their card, just like that, and this water will actually tell me that your card is the 7 of diamonds. Some of you might have noticed this, some of you might not, but before the label said Scottish Highland, but now it says 7 of diamonds. So this is an example of the beginner force. Let's get into the tutorial. Okay, so the way that this works is actually very simple, and it uses psychology as well as a little bit of misdirection. So what you're going to do is you're going to start with the card that you want to be forced on top of the deck. So then the spectator will cut the deck anywhere they want, let's just say they cut here, and then you put the deck on like this. So the top card of the deck is over here, and that's what the audience forgets, because you do another trick, and then their brain has kind of forgotten about which pile their card is in. So then you show them this card, which they think is a card from the centre, but is actually just the card that you want them to force, the card from the top. Then I just like to do this trick with the water bottle, because I think that kind of, it's a good effect. I'll be going over more methods, like more things you can use forces for later on in the video. Okay, so now on to the next force. This is the more intermediate force, and it's known as the riffle force. So what it looks like is this. So what I'll do is I'll have my deck of cards, and I'll riffle down. I would ask the spectator to say stop whenever they want. Let's just say they say stop right here. So what I would do is just force I would show them this card, and then I would show them that I have a card in my pocket. Now, there was no way that this card here could be their card. But then I turn it around and, was this your card? No? Well, that's because you're not looking close enough. If you take a look at what the king has on his sword, you'll see that this is, indeed, your spectator's card. So this is the intermediate force, and if you're wondering where you can get this card, I'll leave a link in the description to a gaff deck of playing cards. It's just like another touch that I like to add. So the way that this force works is you'll get the card you want to force, let's just say the 10 of hearts in this case. What you'll do is you'll put it somewhere near the bottom of the deck, not like too close to the bottom, but also try and get it like under half of the deck. Then what you're going to do is you're going to keep a pinky break under the card. A pinky break, for those of you who don't know, is basically just putting your pinky in like underneath or on top of the card so that you have a gap, so that you can kind of locate the card. So then you're all set up, and what you'll do, you have your pinky break, you're going to riffle down the deck. They can say stop at any point they want, but no matter where they say stop, you then just pick up from the lift, and it looks quite convincing. And like I said, I'll leave a link to where you can get this gaff card as part of quite a few gaff cards in the description. Okay, so now on to the final force. This is slightly more advanced, but it's also very effective. So what it looks like is this. Once again, I'll ask the spectator to say stop whenever they want. Let's just say they say stop right here. And then I'll show them this card. So then they'll look at this card and remember what it is. And then what I'll do is I'll bring an envelope in and show that inside I have made a prediction. And that prediction is indeed their card, the Ace of Clubs. So this is a slightly more advanced force, but it's known as the slip force. So the way it works is you riffle down the deck. They can say stop anywhere, like before. But then when you pick this packet up, your 3 fingers over here are going to be dragging the top card down, just like that. So you're riffling down the deck, and then when they stop, you pick up the rest of the packet apart from that card. Now, to hide the sound and the action of doing this, you then tap this packet on the deck a couple of times. So you riffle, drag, and tap. So that's the idea of using a bigger action to hide the smaller action, so that people don't really notice that, like, the sound or that you've just slipped something out. And then the envelope is another thing I like to just do with forces and can look really impossible. So let's just get into a couple of other things that you can do with a card force. So there's lots of things you can do. For example, you can do a card to impossible location trick, which is what I did with the envelope, but you don't have to use an envelope. If you're good at, like, slipping cards into other people's pockets, then before you do a performance you can just slip, like, a duplicate of the card into someone's pocket, and then that will get really cool reactions. You can write your prediction on a piece of paper and hide it, like, somewhere completely different to where you do the performance. That can always be cool. And yeah, the possibilities are endless with this type of move in Magic. But that's going to be it for this video. I really do hope that you've enjoyed. And if you like tutorials and Magic things on this channel, let me know down in the comments. And if there's anything you'd like to learn, also let me know. I can't guarantee that I'll be able to teach you, but if I can, then I will. So thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.